After beating blue in a single attempt, I was determined to do so yet again in yellow, because I really want to get to Gen 2 in this, the NerdyLocke, my personal challenge to hardcore Nuzlocke all 35 Pokemon games in release order-ish. You'll see much later on in this series what I mean by that, unless you're watching live over on twitch.tv/nerdynightly, where I'm streaming this whole challenge with my chat, my rivals, and just having a straight up blast with it. But let's get started on the video. Here are the basic Nuzlocke rules. I can only catch my first encounter on each route, with a dupe clause. That means only one encounter from each evolution line. Every Pokemon must be named, and if a Pokemon faints, it is dead. Forever. The hardcore rules, in addition to that, are that I can't overlevel the gym leader's best Pokemon, I must play on set mode instead of switch mode, and there are no items allowed in battle. The NerdyLocke rule, in addition to all that, is that Pokemon who have made it to the Hall of Fame are barred from future Elite Four fights. Thus far, we've used these. Thankfully, there are plenty of Gen 1 Pokemon left. Let's begin. We have color, look at that. Y'all, we've been playing black and white video games for so long. As always, my name is Nerdy, my rival is Chat, and away we go. Pokemon Yellow was an attempt to cash in on the success of the anime, so there are some weird quirks to it. You start with a Pikachu, and as this was the streamer run, I named her after the truly remarkable chaotic neutral goblin.
Listen, I hate the fucking Nerdy Nightly with the passion of 1,000 suns. You cannot even understand. I would cast Fireball on this fucking asshole in 2 seconds flat.
Links to all of the streamers in the description down below. Chat starts with an Eevee, but we have Thundershock, so it is an easy early fight. Pikachu is basically useless against Brock, the first gym leader, so the early encounters are really important here. I caught my daughter, Fantaxia the Pidgey, on Route 1, Megmage the female Nidoran on Route 22, and Jeffers the Rat Boy on Route 3. Jeffers was a naughty boy and killed our Metapod encounter, leaving us with a much harder Brock attempt. Goblin and Fanta cruised through Chat on Route 9, and it was Brock time. Megmage knew Double Kick, but it wasn't enough to two-shot the Geodude. Jeffers finished the Geodude, but took way too much damage doing it. I switched in Fanta and managed to spam Sand Attack around the Onix's Bides, then Megmage went back in and just kicked it until it was down. Nomandy Sky the Spearow and Reckless the Geodude joined our team, and Mount Moon was a breeze, until we were ambushed.
Prepare for trouble!
Make it double!
It's cute that Jesse, James, and Meowth were added to the game, but they're even less challenging here than they were on the show. We nabbed the Greek god of Jigglybutts himself, Torcules the Mankey, on Route 4 and headed for Misty, who I figure would be a breeze given our Pikachu start. The Staryu tanked a Thundershock and then crit its water gun in return. Goblin took it out, but her HP was lower than I wanted going into Starmie. We risked a T-Wave, and Starmie tackled. I switched in Megmage thinking it would tackle yet again, but she chose Bubble Beam and... Wait, Megmage, that's super effective. We almost lost her. Fantaxia was out to drop Sand Attacks again, like Brock, but Bubble Beam was too much. And my daughter was dead.
I need a tissue.
Goblin was back out, and those 3 Sand Attacks had to be enough, because Thundershock was a 4-shot. 2, 3, and done. We had the badge thanks to Fanta. You should probably go follow her in the description down below. With 2 badges, I figured the team could take Chat. Goblin took down Spearow, then Megmage and Reckless just threw their bulk around to get us through the rest of the fight. Like every run of Pokemon Yellow, it was time to start collecting Gen 1 starters. We grabbed Hono Hikari the Bulbasaur and Cerulean, and basic Wit Girl the Charmander on Route 25.
Arthur Morgan has destroyed my throat. No shame. I said it.
We missed the Abra and killed the Diglett in the tunnel, but Chat was waiting on the SSN to fight again. Training was needed, but this Magneton decimated Twerk before he could dig underground.
Let's get ready to twerk. Are you ready for this?
You will be missed. Lieutenant Search has a much higher level cap than an RGB, but Chat doesn't, so my level 26 Graveler rolled through Chat's team. The unevolved Rattata, lack of a typed starter, and the missing Kadabra make this barely a fight compared to red, green, and blue. Similarly, Surge only has one Raichu and its Mega Punch is normal type, so this was an easy third badge for Reckless. Stole a Squirtle from Officer Jenny and named it Panfred Nudo. Nudo and I were in Galaxy's Edge like 2 weeks ago building those lightsabers, so go give him a follow. He does Lego. It's cool. Wizard of Time, the male Nidoran, joined us before the dreaded rock tunnel. I would like the record to show that not once did we get Flash in all of Gen 1 because I am stubborn. We usually save the tower chat fight for later, but I felt ready. Only his Spearow is evolved, and none of his Pokemon are over level 25, so Goblin soloed this easily. Abra eluded us yet again on Route 7, but Trashella the Jigglypuff joined us on Route 8. I should have just grinded Wit up before Erika, but I wanted to beat her before I ended my stream that day, so I figured Ice Beam Nidoqueen would be good enough. Megmage took too much damage taking out Tangela, and had to be switched out on Weeping Bell. Hono Hikari wasn't nearly bulky enough to take the acid, and missed its Leech Seed. Goblin paralyzed it, but our underleveledness was showing. Reckless landed a crit rock throw and killed Weeping Bell, but fell to Petal Dance. Megmage came out and finished it with an Ice Beam. Halfway through the game, I knew I was getting sloppy. I was overconfident that my trials through RGB were behind me, and I needed to slow down if I was going to pull out the win. Jesse and James cornered me again, but they were no match for Megmage. Neither was Giovanni's Persian, after Nudo had taken out both Onyx and Rhyhorn. And neither was Chat, whose whole Silphco team went down to her as well. We taught Wit, now a Charizard, Earthquake, and cruised through Giovanni again. Koga weirdly only has Venonats and a Venomoth in Pokemon Yellow, so Wit naturally soloed that as well. I figured I'd surf to Cinnabar while I came up with a strategy for Sabrina, and got a very late Blind Seer the Zubat in Seafoam Islands. While grinding for Sabrina in the Pokemon Mansion, I was on full speed up and... Oh no! And so, I deserve it. Every time Goblin says...
Listen, I hate fucking Nerdy Nightly with the passion of 1,000 suns. You cannot even understand. I would cast Fireball on this fucking hole in 2 seconds flat.
My Sabrina plan was to Swords Dance Wit to an easy KO on the Zam, but Abra dropped too many flashes for me to risk it. Hono Hikari took out the Abra, Megmage dropped Kadabra, and the bulk of Nudo the Blastoise outlasted her Zam for the win. Nudo similarly wiped out Blaine and finished what Megmage started with Giovanni. My team felt unstoppable even without Goblin there to lead it. Chat didn't seem to think so and stood in our way once more. Megmage surfed his Sandslash, Ice Beamed the Execute, surfed the Ninetales, and Thunderbolted his Cloyster. Wit finished off his Kadabra, and here I want to paint a picture. See, this chat fight happened in the middle of a 36-hour stream. Not really even the middle, near the end. I was tired. I had food poisoning. I was making bad decisions. I was too sleep deprived to be legally Nuzlocking. And Earthquake. Oh no! Charizard Spark Flying type! I'm sorry, Wit. You. Hono Hikari ended the fight with Razor Leaf. Our team was missing a piece. I figured replacing fire with fire was the thing to do, so we went to Route 17 and we caught Clarus the Ponyta. I just don't know when this happened in the footage, and the amount of work it would be to go find it, I'm just not going to do that. So just know that we caught Ponyta, and we named it after my wife, the Claruster. And then we trained everyone, and we got everyone ready, and we got to the Elite Four, and this was our team. Panfred Nudo the Blastoise, Hono Hikari the Venusaur, Blind Seer the Golbat, Trashella the Wigglytuff, our new Clarus the Rapidash, and the backbone of this whole entire run, Megmage the Nidoqueen. Lorelei was up first, and so was Megmage. Thunderbolt took Dugong, Cloyster, and Slowbro, before Jinx hung on after a body slam. This Ice Punch crit left me too shocked to speak. Our MVP was down, and there were 4 full fights to go. This one wasn't even over yet. Much like the last chat fight, Hono Hikari ended the fight, but I truly did not know if we were going to be able to win. Venusaur's resistance to fighting made quick work of Bruno, 6 Razor Leafs for 5 Mons. Trashella the Wigglytuff finally came off the bench for the Agatha fight. Psychic, Gengar 1, Golbat, and Haunter. She had taken enough damage though, after getting paralyzed by Arbok, I had to switch. Hono Hikari finished off the Arbok, and Gengar 2 put her to sleep. Blind Seer finally entered the fray and managed to confuse the Gengar before being put to sleep as well. That confusion was enough to let Nudo get in 2 Hydro Pumps to finish the fight. The leader Lance was ready and waiting. Trashella led with Thunder against the Gyarados, but was too slow and took a Dragon Rage and Hydro Pump before taking it down. I played it risky and stayed in. Dragonair 1 took a Body Slam and hit back with Hyper Beam, but Wigglytuff is called tough for a reason, and she hung on to Body Slam again. From there, Blastoise hit Blizzard on Dragonair 2 and Blizzard on Aerodactyl to draw out that Big Daddy D. I had no idea who was faster here and switched in Blind Seer to drop a Confusion. He barely survived long enough to get it in before falling to a Thunder. Nudo retook the field, hit his Blizzard, and we were on to face chat for the final time in Gen 1. Now, I was down 2 Mons, but I really did not want to start this game over again. Hono Hikari Razor Leaf Sandslash, and out came Zam. I switched to Clarus, figuring Rapidash would outspeed. Takedown 1 caused a recover, but Takedown 2 crit hard, drawing out Executor. Clarus's only fire move was Fire Spin, and I thought maybe I could win the long game here. Back and forth we went, with chat rarely barraging. I played it too safe around Takedown's recoil damage, and Clarus ended up falling first. Deep apologies to my wife. Deep apologies, wife. I'm sorry. Suddenly, this was a 3v3 for the finish. Wigglytuff finished Eggy, and chat sent out Cloyster. Trashella went in, dropped Thunder, tanked an Ice Beam, missed a Thunder, took another Ice Beam, and then connected one more Thunder. Suddenly 3v2. Ninetales came out, so I switched to Blastoise. Surf nearly killed, but Ninetales hung on to confuse Nudo. It was full send at this point, and Nudo fought through that confusion to make that final fight of Gen 1 a 3v1. I figured there was no reason to switch here, so I left Nudo in to sack him for a free Venusaur switch. Jolteon started with Thunder Wave, and Nudo landed his Strength. Jolteon connected with Thunder, but Nudo hung on with just enough to Strength again. Jolteon thundered one more time. And that was that. I won. We beat Pokemon Yellow, and not just that, we beat Generation 1. We are officially 4 games down with 31 games to go. And this video is being recorded after the announcement of Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet, so 37 games to go. I might only do one of those. We might say 36. We'll see. For now, I'm just so happy to be done with Gen 1 in this challenge. Obviously, this was done a long time ago, so I guess I was happy to be done with Gen 1 in this challenge. Gen 1 has a lot of really flawed mechanics, like the way Freeze works, or the way Wrap and Bind work, or the way Speed makes criticals happen, or what are some other ones? There's no held items, there's no abilities, there's a very limited set of good moves. I was so ready to move on from all of these things and get into games that are just a little bit more filled out and have a little bit more balance to them. Pokemon Gold is up next. I'm so excited to share that one with you. It was a really fun run. There may or may not have been some resets, so come back for the next video. Subscribe to the channel, like this video, so that you don't miss the next run in the NerdyLocke, because we're going to be here until we beat every game, y'all. We're going to keep doing this until we are the very best, like no one ever was. Until then, though, do something nerdy tonight. Bye.